Hello. Today is Saturday, June 1st, 2024. As you can probably tell from the sound of my voice, I'm a little bit under the weather. Um, I caught, I don't know, I guess a cold or a head flu. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just sick as hell. Um, it kind of started yesterday. Like at first, I just thought I was having some allergy issues, and then as the day was progressing, I started like basically getting a fever, and so I ended up leaving work early, um, and so I actually have some work that I need to do during this weekend. But yeah, this is an episode of I forgot my manners, but my name is Rob Wright, and today this is another episode of pre-workout chat, except we're not really doing a pre-workout drink today. Actually, I'm just having my dinner. My appetite has been crappy, so I just added an extra serving of ground beef here with my rice. Hot. And I got this cranberry flavored water. It's by Pure Aqua. I got this at Aldi's, my go-to grocery store place, because all other grocery store places are just hella expensive, and Aldi's is just the only place where you could go buy some groceries and not break the bank. It's okay. I probably wouldn't buy that again though. Anyway, so today's episode of Pre-Workout Chat, I just wanted to go over the aftermath of the gauntlet. So, as you guys know, during Memorial Day, we ran a gauntlet. Essentially, we did the upper body workout, the lower body workout, and we did the alternative full body workout that we had created, and we just did it all in one day. So it was hella working out. I thought I was going to try to get some cardio in, but basically after I finished that full body workout, I was just pretty much tapped. For anybody wondering about the little kitten in the background, he's a rescue kitten that I got. He's getting along well with my 2-year old cats now. So yeah, he's doing okay. If anybody's wondering about him, I introduced him in a few episodes ago. But back to the topic. So I would say I did not get as sore as I thought I was going to get. I thought that I would get really, really god awful sore where I just can't do anything. Like I thought I was going to be T-Rexing most of the day and stuff like that. But I think because I've been working out consistently pretty much every week, I may not do all of the number of exercises that I want to do. Like usually I want to do like 4. But for the most part, up to this point in time, I have been successfully doing about, I've been successfully doing at least 2 of my weightlifting exercises. And I always make sure that the first exercise that I do is the exercise where I go up in weight, and I usually try to push myself a little bit more. I may even sneak in a few extra reps. Um, so yeah, I always do that for the first 2 exercises. Because I always worry whether I'm going to get the other 2 exercises that I'm trying to do that week. Hence is also why I created that alternative full body workout, is for when I don't do the upper body and lower body workout as planned for the second time that week. But I digress. Pretty much, I think my body has gotten used to working out, and is basically getting better at recovery. And so when I did that gauntlet, and by the way, when I did that gauntlet, I did also increase the weight like I normally do. So I put in the effort, and I wasn't as sore as I thought I was going to be. Now, I was sore. Of course, there was some soreness, but it wasn't as severe. And I can't tell whether the soreness was, I can't tell if whether my body has adapted and is recovering faster, or if my tolerance for the pain has increased, which makes the soreness not bother me as much. Excuse me. So I can't tell which is which, and so I was a bit hesitant to exercise again. I was going to just go ahead and just do the full body and lower body on Wednesday and Thursday. Well, Thursday and Friday. But again, I was just like, I was afraid that I was going to end up tearing something because, again, I didn't understand what was going on with my body. I couldn't tell because it's like I felt like some little bit of soreness like within. I could feel like maybe like one part of the tricep looked like it was a little bit tender, but everything else felt pretty good. So it's like I couldn't tell. Again. Is my recovery better? Or is my tolerance for pain better? And is my tolerance for pain basically dulling the feelings of the soreness? So I couldn't tell. So that's why I didn't do a second workout. By the way, I kept having issues with my car. It's like I guess I got to replace one of my rims. Right now I got the donut on. My rim is basically too dented up. I used to basically just hammer the rim when the air starts leaking out from the rim. I would just hammer the rim back into shape because basically in Chicago I hit a nasty pothole. It dented the crap out of my rim so much that when I took it to the tire shop, the only thing they could do was take a sledgehammer and keep bending the rim back into place. And yeah, so that's basically how I've been keeping my rim going. But now it's to the point where that doesn't even work no more. So I have to replace my rims. But I'm just going to do this one at a time because I can't really afford all of that. So yeah, it hasn't been the greatest. It hasn't been the greatest week, but I am still proud of what I did in terms of the gauntlet and stuff like that. Now, I am. I guess I want to say when I recover enough from this cold or flu or whatever you want to call this. When I recover from it, I am thinking about maybe doing an experiment in volume. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me just share the screen. Okay. So this is the schedule that I'm currently on, right? Of course, obviously, I'm not going to do an upper body workout today. Usually when something like this happens, where if I couldn't work out Saturday, I would just do my upper body on Sunday, lower body on Tuesday, and I would just do an alternative workout on Wednesday. Hence, that's why this full body alternative workout was created. Was for situations like this where maybe I get a cold, maybe I have work that I have to do and I have to work through the weekend, stuff like that. That's why I created it. So this is the current schedule that I'm on. Upper body, lower body, Saturday, Sunday. Upper body, lower body, Tuesday and Wednesday. And essentially like a Monday, Thursday, and Friday are days of rest. Now, if you remember from my fitness projector here, you know that I may do cardio during those off days, and then I might not do cardio. That's why I don't have it factored in when I'm calculating my weight loss projection. But what I am considering doing, because again, I was very surprised by the results of the gauntlet. Again, I expected my body to just be absolutely destroyed, but my body was not destroyed. So if I may One second. Oh, this damn flu. I should have muted that. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is the results of that gauntlet has opened my eyes to maybe my to capabilities that I was not really aware of when it comes to my own body. And so what I am thinking about is I am thinking about doing a new schedule, right? Basically, how the new schedule would work is in the morning I'll do upper body, and in the afternoon I will do lower body. And I'll do this Sunday, upper body, lower body, Tuesday, upper body, lower body, and then Thursday I would do that full body alternative plus cardio. Because essentially, I mean, I pretty much was able to do, I was pretty much able to do all of this. I pretty much did all of that in the gauntlet. And if I wanted to, definitely I would say Friday. Like if it was not for this cold, I would have probably did an exercise on Friday. But I definitely could have got away and did another upper body, lower body workout is how I feel. So again, I don't know my own capabilities. Again, this is when genetics kind of play a factor in what we can and cannot do, like how much muscle we can and cannot develop, how much strength we can or cannot develop. So maybe I have good recovery, and maybe I can do higher volume work and recover. Because I'm telling you, Monday when I did the gauntlet, I didn't really feel anything that Tuesday. I started getting a little bit sore towards the afternoon on Tuesday. Wednesday, I kind of felt a little bit of tenderness. So I'm thinking, because I'm going to be doing less work because I'm not doing all three of these in one day, if I just do an upper body in the morning, a lower body in the afternoon, and again, it's the weekend, so I got plenty of time to do it. I don't have to worry about, work. I could do the same thing on Tuesday, do an upper body in the morning and a lower body in the afternoon. I would just have to basically try to kind of change my sleep schedule because, as you guys know, there was some changes in my work, and that kind of the volume of my work causes me to work a little bit more, and so I have to be more conscious of my time. And so I would have to wake up a little bit earlier if I went to do that upper body in the morning. And of course, it doesn't matter about when I get out of work, which would be like sometime maybe 5 or 6 o'clock. I could do that lower body. And then on Thursday, I could just do that full body alternative. And what I'm thinking is, by the time I do 2 rounds of this upper body, lower body set, I'm pretty sure that my body would probably be at its limit for recovery. And by the full body alternative is essentially, exercises that complements, my regular exercises. Like instead of doing a bench press, I do an incline, right? So, I'm hitting the 5 major muscles, but I'm hitting them in a different way. So I think my body would be good enough for me to be able to do that. The only thing I would probably do is I would probably just, I might have to switch between doing the cardio in the morning or doing the full body in the afternoon, or I might have to consider switching out this full body and cardio combo to a Friday, right? Um, and since it's not a lot of stimulus, I should be, even if I did this on a Friday, I should be good to go by Sunday. So that's what I'm thinking that I'm going to experiment with this week. Yeah, I was about to pretty much lock down the current schedule that I have right now. I was going to pretty much just lock everything down and not change anything until August 11th. But again, I was very surprised by the gauntlet. I was not expecting that when I did the gauntlet that I would be able to recover in such a short amount of time. So again, the experiment is just going to reveal one or two things, right? Either a my body might have some decent talents, like when it comes down to recovery, which means I could just do more volume and I could develop more muscles better. Or the gauntlet was a one-time fluke. Maybe I had my nutrition and everything absolutely perfect, and it was just like a one-time deal. So we'll see. We'll see. Another thing, switching topics. Let's go into my fitness projector. So I have actually did some changes in here. Um, when you're calculating your weight loss, but you're doing stuff like lifting weights, you should also calculate your weight gain, right? Now, I was watching Coach Greg Doucet, and I remember, he was going over a video response, and in that response, this guy was talking about like, yeah, as a natty, in like 1 year, if it's like your first year or something like that, like you can probably add on about 20 pounds of muscle. So I just took that number and I just basically divided it by like, it's about 52 weeks in a year. So I just basically just took that number and I divided it by 52, and I essentially added it to each week. So when you take 20 pounds and you divide it by 52 weeks, that's about 0.38 pounds of muscles that is added each week. And so I added that to my calculated weight column. So if everything is accurate, then this calculation should be a lot more accurate because I'm adding weight. The MyFitnessPal section over here, again, it factors in for body activity that MyFitnessPal has predetermined. My calculation has a more accurate body activity because this is based off of the data that's averaged out from my Garmin watch. So on average, my daily activities, and this is just when I'm going to work, not when I'm staying in the house, but when I'm going to work, my daily activity is over 550 calories. So it's actually greater than this number. I just go with the lower of the evils. So that I don't overestimate. So my calculations, I feel, is a lot more accurate compared to MyFitnessPal, and because I'm lifting weight and I'm doing all this volume for hypertrophy, I should be gaining muscles. Now, yes, of course, because I'm in a caloric deficit, a caloric deficit environment is not conducive for muscle development. It's not conducive for hypertrophy. However, as long as you are doing the work, you will build muscle regardless, especially if your nutrition is on point. So since my diet is 2,200 calories. I am getting over 170 grams of protein. I would like this to get higher. That's why I plan on eventually investing into Coach Greg Doucet's cookbook, and I'm going to, because his cookbook has a lot of alternative high protein variations of food. So I'm going to utilize his cookbook so that I can get more protein into my diet. I would like to get as high as I had it when I was on the carnivore diet. I would like to get at least 180 190 grams of protein. I felt that was a sweet spot for me. But I do not want to get rid of the carbs. I have noticed a difference. The carnivore diet is very excellent for obesity. Um, it's very satiating. So you're gonna automatically want to eat less because of how filling the meat is. Um, it doesn't trigger like anything with insulin because it's nothing but protein and animal products. There are no carbs, so the carbs and the starches and stuff, those are what's kind of triggering like insulin variations in your body. So there is no insulin trigger because of the protein. Though I think your body can kind of do some weird stuff with protein that can kind of trigger insulin. And for me, the carnivore diet was very excellent for weight loss. It did kind of like throw me off because it created like it gave me like such high weight loss rate in the beginning, and then it kind of like slowed down and kind of evened itself out towards the end. But I will say some of the negatives for the carnivore diet was the cravings, of course, and then two, trying to get used to the whole ketosis process, and three, I couldn't tell whether it was I couldn't tell, but I think it was the caffeine. So yeah, caffeine and the carnivore diet, I don't think those mix because I think I had like some sleeping issues. So that's kind of why I'm trying to even reduce the amount of caffeine that I'm taking right now is because it's starting to affect my sleep. So yeah, so the carnivore had its benefits, but there was one thing I will say that compared to the carnivore and compared to carnivore and not having the carbs, when you have those carbs inside your body, I feel like you can do more in the gym when it comes to lifting weights. And that's just because those carbs, that sugar is just so readily available for your cells that it makes it easier for you to bounce back during that exercise. And I think the pre-workout and the carbs like in your body, they feed off of each other and it just allows you to pull more energy. So that's why I like having carbs in the diet when it comes to if you're trying to build muscle. Because if you're trying to do more in the gym, the carbs is definitely the way to go. Yeah, you can get away with using the ketones from just having like a carnivore or keto diet and stuff like that. Yeah, you can get away with ketones as your fuel source, but carbs is ultimately the more superior fuel source for the body, especially when it comes to doing aerobic or higher level activities. So I do like having the carbs back in the diet for that purposes because it gives a better pump. Ultimately, it gives a better pump. Having the carbs gives a better pump versus just doing nothing but carnivore and keto and stuff like that. Carnivore and keto, the diet itself doesn't deliver as great of a pump as when you have those carbs and stuff like that, because again, those carbs is basically just allowing you to push more, allowing you to utilize more energy so that you can get those reps in and stuff like that. And because you're doing more work, you can get that pump in. But I'm hoping the Greg Doucet can, lower this. If I could get this down to like, I don't know, 60 grams of carbs, I think that's perfectly fine. And if I could get this up to about over 190 grams of protein, I would like that a whole lot better. The fats, I really don't care where the fats land. It could go down, it could go up. I don't care. Just as long as I get the amount of protein I want. If I could get 200 grams of protein, that'll be even better. But ultimately speaking, I want to have some carbs, but my main focus is the protein, and I don't care about the fats. But yeah, I think my weight loss calculation is getting a lot more accurate because I'm now factoring things that are specific to me, like lifting weights for hypertrophy. And so, yeah, I know that I'm estimating that I'm gaining about 0.38 pounds per week of muscle. So, yeah. that's what I wanted to kind of show you guys, some of the things that I'm kind of fiddling with. Um, Now, if I do end up doing this new weird schedule, then that would be 5 days of lifting, right? And it'll definitely be 1 day of cardio. So it's not really that much of a difference. Um, Now, another thing that I wanted to talk about, which was my budget. I really am interested in buying more of Coach Greg's supplements. Because ultimately, my dream, right, would be my dream would be to basically work out one day. Lift weights and eat one day. Basically, do like a 24-hour fast and do cardio the next day, and basically to just keep on alternating and just have 1 day of rest. That's like the ultimate plan that I would like. And maybe instead of doing cardio, I would do like a different type of full body workout, right? I would just probably maybe just like add a few more exercises to this thing and split this in half, and just do half in the morning and half in the afternoon. But this is like a dream workout schedule. Again, basically just working out the whole body one day, doing a fast and a cardio the next day, working out the whole body the day after that, doing fasting and cardio the day after that, working out the whole body the day after that, doing the cardio and fast the day after that. So essentially, it's like I'm hitting the whole body like 1, 2, 3 times a week. So 3 times a week, I'm hitting the whole body. I'm also doing like 6 cardios and stuff in. And not only that, but I have the fasting in. And I know that seems super extreme. And the reason why I have that fasting in is because I'm just trying to figure out like ways to reduce my my budget for my groceries, so that I could fit in more of Coach Greg Doucet's harder than last time supplements. Like I would like to get that GO2 Max, and the GO2 Max or something like that. It's supposed to be good for like cardio and stuff like that. And I would like to do more cardio. And I would like to get the terkesterone. I would like to have both of those 2 supplements in my diet. And I feel like with those supplements, it would allow me to do fasting as well and be able to recover, right? I believe that terkesterone will give me something similar to like a steroid like effects when it comes to recovery and endurance. Not endurance, but power in the gym. I think the terkesterone can give me that recovery and that power that I need, so that I could get like a better pump and also be able to recover in time to do everything all over again, which will allow me to be in the gym more often. And with the GO2 Max, I think that's going to be good for basically utilizing the cardio as a way to accelerate the recovery, while at the same time giving my cardiovascular system a nice boost, and just keeping everything circulating. So that's kind of the idea that I have in my head. So that's why, like, That's why that's like my dream setup to be able to do this. I don't know if I would be able to do something like this without those supplements, because those supplements give me the benefits that I need, so that I can recover. Because the only thing that would stop me from doing something like this right now is that recovery. I just need to be able to recover to do all of this all over again. That's all. That's a factor of. And not only that, but if I was able to fast for 3 days, that could essentially almost cut my grocery bill down in half. Well, not half, but it could at least cut my grocery bill down by a third. And I think that the 1/3 saving would be enough to cover the terkesterone and the GO2 max. Plus, as an added benefit, if I was able to get in 3 days of fasting, right? And essentially I'm, lifting weights like 6 times a week, in the morning and in the afternoon, 3 days. And if I am doing the cardio, essentially 6 days a week as well. If I do all of that, I should be actually down to like 300 pounds by like August 11th. So basically a 31-pound difference compared to my other plan and compared to the MyFitnessPal data. So that's what I am thinking, and that's actually part of the reason why I plan on doing the experiment this week. Because if you look at it, the experiment that I'm doing this week, essentially it pretty much looks like my dream schedule, except I'm not fasting. So the only difference between the experiment that I'm doing this week and my dream schedule is just basically one session of lifting weights, the cardio, and the fasting. So just those three variables are the only things that separate my experiment from this week and my dream schedule that I would like to have. So we'll see. If I am able to do this, if I am able to do this this schedule, if I'm able to do that, then I can go ahead and fire off and order that terkesterone and GO2 max. As a matter of fact, just to give some visuals, So this is something that I would like to get. As you can see, that's the price. And this is the other supplement that I would like to get, the GOT Max for endurance. And yeah, those are pretty much the main ones that I'm looking at from the harder than last time supplement brand. Yeah, the GO2 Max and the terkesterone. And you can see these are what each of them kind of boil down to. It's like 40 capsules in a container. And so if I was able to do the fasting for 3 days, essentially I could save like $132. And if you subtract the GO2 Max and the terkesterone, and then you can take $12 off for shipping and handling, whatever, it pretty much works out. So yeah. those are some of the thoughts that I got going around. Um, uh, it could very well be that that when I do this experiment this week, where I'm trying to basically do my entire body all in one day, just basically do the upper body in the morning and the lower body in the afternoon. It could be very well that I'm not able to like fully recover. And my idea of basically being fully recovered is when I absolutely do not feel any type of sensations inside my muscles, except maybe like that aching to basically, lift weights. When I get to that point where I kind of like feel like this achiness, like I kind of feel this right now, even though I'm sick, like I really do want to, lift weights right now. It's like I feel like this uneasiness, like this, what's the good word for it? Strife. I guess that's kind of the word that you could use for it. I kind of feel this strife in my muscles where I just want to lift weights and I'm just don't want to just I just don't want to just like sit there and just do absolutely nothing. When I get that feeling, then I know I'm 100% recovered. There is no micro tears or whatever. All of that stuff has been fully healed. That's how I know that I'm like fully recovered. Um, and I know recovery. There's different levels. Um, I would say full recovery is when I feel that strife in my muscles, where I just want to like, work out. And I say I'm about 50% recover when I feel like I can work out, but I'm kind of hesitant because like maybe I might feel like a little bit of tenderness like right here. You know what I'm saying? I might feel like a little bit of tenderness right there. Like I feel like maybe something underneath my muscle or something like that. One of the layers below. I feel like maybe some like a little bit of sensitivity. That's what I'm saying. I'm about like 50% recovery. So yeah, if you're going to go down this route where you're like if you're going down this path of lifting weights and stuff like that, part of the beauty of this journey is really getting to know your own body, really getting to know your own self, and the pleasant surprises that you find along the way. Like you might find that you're really good at developing your chest. You may find out that maybe you got poor genetics when it comes to your triceps. You may find out that you have really good genetics when it comes to recovery. Everybody's going to have their own unique traits. Like for example, some you got people that got faster metabolisms, and they're able to really keep the fat off. Like they can basically dirty bulk all year round, and they won't gain too much fat and stuff like that. So everybody has, their own unique traits. The stuff like this that truly makes each person unique. And part of this journey is finding out what makes you unique when it comes to your fitness and stuff like that. You may find out that hypertrophy might not be your thing, but you're just like this superhuman that is able to just develop like a lot of strength. You may find out that you're like one of those type of people that can basically just run for days or something. Everybody's going to have their unique strength, and one of the beauty of this journey, the fun part of this journey, is discovering your unique gifts when it comes to fitness. So I hope this episode was enlightening for everybody. Luckily, it didn't go on too long, only basically 40 minutes, which is a lot better than what I've done previously. But yeah, and remember, everybody, stay on the path.